Hello, welcome to this demo. Earlier we saw how to configure networking settings. Now we'll proceed with the Kerberos configuration settings. For this we need the Kerberos package if it is not installed. For CentOS the package name is KRB5 workstation, and for Ubuntu machines the package name is KRB5 user. So as we have a CentOS machine, we will install the Kerberos workstation package. Now the package is installed. I'll just clear my screen. Next step is to verify configurations. So we'll first check the Kerberos configuration settings for our default realm, which was MoSMB AD2, and the Kerberos ticket cache related settings. So Kerberos file is located at etc. Name is krb5.conf. Now here under the lib default section, as we have already joined this machine to the MoSMB AD2, we already have a setting of default realm. Now for default cache name settings, we will change this keyring to file settings as MoSMB does not support keyring updates. So we'll just add a new comment this line here and add a new cache setting. With respect to cache type of file, and we'll give it a location as opt MoSMB, and we'll say the ticket name will be Kerberos ticket. Now under the realms section, we need to add our realm related settings, so which will be related to MoSMB AD2, just as shown in the example.com above. FQDN of our AD machine is port 93.mosmbad.com. Admin server will be same as our KDC. Similarly, we will add the domain realm section settings for MoSMB AD2.com. And save the file. After this, we will go through the Kerberos key tab related entries. So to check the Kerberos key tab entries, we run the command klist-key sudo. This klist-k command reads the file located at etc krb5 key tab. So after domain join, we get this file created, and as per previous demo, we have removed these restricted entries from the AD side. So there is no necessity of removing these from the server side. Now we need to add Kerberos related settings for a particular user for the encryption type RC4 and AES 256-bit. So we'll run these commands with the help of ktutil utility. Earlier we had seen that we have one user as mode user, and we are using the same user to add in the Kerberos key tab, with which we will further generate a Kerberos ticket. So we'll just mention the password for the same. This was for RC4-bit encryption. Now we'll add for AES-256-bit encryption. After adding these two entries, we need to make sure they are written in our etc krb5 key tab file. So we'll run the command wkt and the file name etc krb5 key tab. This done, we'll quit this ktutil utility, and we can verify if these entries are present with keylist-k command. So as you can see, we have added these two entries, one for RC4 encryption and one for AES-256-bit encryption. Now we will check for LDAP related settings. LDAP file is located at etc open LDAP conf on CentOS, and on Ubuntu machine it is located at etc LDAP and LDAP conf. In LDAP configuration, we need to add the base and URI or host related entries with respect to our AD machine. So base in our case is MoSMB AD2, and the host entry will be of the FQDN of our server, AD server. If one is unaware of the name of MoSMB domain, AD domain servers FQDN, we can always check on the AD side, or on server side we can also check with nslookup command. Nslookup an IP of our AD machine. It will give us the full FQDN of our AD machine, which is leopard 93, which we have mentioned in all the configurations. Now we'll check for the SSSD configuration. SSSD file is located at etc SSSD and SSSD conf. Once we join the domain with once we join our MoSMB server with the realm command, this file gets created, and if this file is not present, we can always create it manually. So in this case, we need to verify the parameters as domains is set to our AD MoSMB ad2.dom, and the domain section is present. In this, that ID provider is set to AD, LDAP ID mapping is set to true, and use fully qualified domain names is set to true. Also, we need to make sure that file permissions for SSSD config are 6000. Otherwise, it gives an error while starting the SSSD configuration. So that's it for the Kerberos configuration, and for in next demo we'll see what other configuration we require with respect to MoSMB.